So I'm the next one.
You ready?
Let's see how fast. 5 minutes is fast. Let's go. So continuous update everything. So our industry moves so fast that as soon as we deliver a new project to production, that project already contains outdated information. That's it. So what we want to do here, we want to be able to be ready to identify those components and to be able to update. So the simple question would be like, why? Why do we need? Why can't we just drop a project in production and let that project live? Well, history showed us that it's slow. No, it is. Well, history showed us that we only need one single vulnerable component to put a company at risk. So what we want to do here is we want to maintain our project in a situation where we can always identify those vulnerable components as fast as possible and then do whatever is needed to fix those components. History also shows us that the longer we stay on old deprecated components, the harder it gets to update. So once again, what we want to do here is we want to anticipate, so we want to be able to identify what is getting outdated and how we can move to the latest situation. So obviously, what I'm talking here is not new. There are different mitigation strategies to avoid this. So obviously, regular updates, being able to automate all those updates, have continuous integration in place so you can catch up any issues, and finally, have dedicated maintenance time, because the project don't stop when you reach production. It's only the beginning, hopefully. So in my case, I keep talking about components, so I just want to clarify what it is. So as a dev and ops person, most of my projects rely on Git repositories. So those Git repositories contain a lot of files, and those files contain a lot of information. It can be like Docker images, Golang libraries, Helm chart, or whatever it is. What I want to do here is I want to be able to identify those components directly on my Git repositories and to be able to update them as fast as possible when the right trigger happens. And I really mean when the right trigger happens, because it doesn't make sense. I mean, the thing is, we can't be up to date on everything at every time because there are so many components to keep track on. So what we want to do here is we want to be able to specify what are the conditions, what's needed to move to the latest situation. So for example, if you're maintaining Docker files, you want to be able to be sure that you release your application. If you're maintaining Helm chart, you want to be sure that you publish the latest tag for the Docker tag. And so the idea here is really to increase awareness of what you need to do so you can just update at the right time. So then next to the question like, okay, we know what we need to do, my files, when I want to do that, and then comes the question about what kind of information I'm looking at here, and what I'm supposed to do. So here is really about being able to identify those information. It's probably the most simple question, but also the most difficult one to answer, because there is a huge amount of information we need to monitor. Those information come from third parties. Those can represent a lot of things, like version, obviously. And those information, for example, can be version. Like as I said, you have like a lot of different kind of version, and we all depends on maintainers out there to provide good versioning. Sometimes some projects like to use version, which has no meaning. Like some projects use chase name, for example, to identify the version. Yeah, you have a lot of information to keep track, and then comes the question about the latest. Latest means a lot of different things to different people. Some projects, like for example Ruby in this example, maintain multiple release lines. So if you ask, can you give me the latest version of Ruby? Well, don't know. And so you have like a lot of components you have to keep track, and then like you have like a lot of situations where you can identify. So you want also to discover all those components within your project, to be able to have pattern like, okay, please update if it's a patch update, and so on. And then you realize that you have more and more and more Git repositories to maintain, so you start to have to see pattern on those Git repositories. So you specify update policies where you know that if you have documentation to maintain, you can do always the same thing over and over. So the fun don't stop here, because you're integrating changes from third parties that require a lot of trust from those parties. So you need also to be able to identify when you decide what to use at what time. And you have, like, once again, a lot of different strategies. So 5 minutes is short. I'm going to close on this one. So please, project maintainers out there, take care of your end users by providing stable project, no breaking changes, clear changelog about why we should use your software in the latest version, and also providing good versioning strategies, because then we know what we should expect from what you're delivering. And for project and user on the other side, a project don't stop when it reaches production. It's only the beginning. So obviously, just maintain, automate as much as you can. That's the only thing that I can say. If you have update stories you want to talk about, feel free to reach out. I want to hear all those stories. That's really an area that really interests me lately. And yep. No, yes, one slide just to say, no, it's over.